So on my last video about why immigrants should reconsider before moving to Canada in 2025, I received a lot of backlash, like a lot of comments, angry comments, uh, especially from my fellow Nigerians. Some said, "Oh, why don't you come back? Hey, well, why are you discouraging people? Like, why?" The thing is that I made that video not today. I don't even have any. Why will I discourage anyone from traveling? Like, traveling is a personal choice. Like right now, Donald Trump just won the election in the US, and some people in the US are planning to move to Canada, to move to, it was on the news like, hey, people are trying to move from US to nearby Canada and some other countries. So like traveling is a personal choice and everyone has their reason to travel, but we have to tell ourselves the truth. And my name is Taiwan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, don't forget to click on the like and the subscribe button. The purpose of that video is to encourage, my fellow immigrants planning to come, that if you want to come, number one, come in a legal route, like come with your paper, like a working permit paper, like a visa or maybe on a PR. Come with a working permit, come with a permit that will allow you to work, not that doesn't have any restrictions. There are so many other permits that will give you restriction to one kind of a job, maybe to an employer or to a company or anything. Come with a permit that doesn't have any restriction, like a permanent residence. Like come here as a permanent resident. And again is that plan ahead before coming. Don't come thinking that you plug money on trees, or maybe they plug money on trees here. Come with everything that will stake you, with money that will survive you for the next 6 months. Before I will be like 3 months, like for the next 6 months, because there is high chance that you will not find a job in the next 3 months. But yeah, maybe by the next 6 months, you'll be able to find one. But there is high chance that you will not get a job in the next 6 months. So the country, Canada is a good country, is a great country, beautiful country. And the Canadians are hardworking people. But still, we need to tell ourselves that things are changing, the country is changing, and you need to plan ahead when coming. The thing is that we have so many fake immigration agents back home, and we in Nigeria, even everywhere, even in India, there are so many fake, immigration agents. So now, and we have so many content creators, YouTubers also that are doing it for traffic and based on what you want. They know that a lot of people want to come to Canada, so they will only tell you what you want to hear. There are so many other side of the country also that people don't really share online. And that is what I share with you guys on my last video. Like, hey, this country, like every other country around the world, has so many benefits, the good side and all that. But people don't talk about the job situation in the country, and some people, there are some videos also about the job situation in Canada. But I think people, especially immigrant, like people back home from, like outside Canada that doesn't understand how things work here, they don't want to hear that there is a bad side or there is another side. They just want the good side. And when they now come into the country, they realize, oh, it is not what we expect. We have to talk about the job situation. See, first of all, I mentioned job first because job situation in this country is getting tougher day by day. There is high chance that you will not get a job within the first 3 months of you being in this country. See, I'm not trying to deceive anyone, or I'm saying the fact to you. There is high chance that you will not find a job within your first 3 months of arrival in this country. Even with a legit, like with a document, like you have a PR, you're here with a PR, you're here with open work permit, you're here on even student study permit is even the worst, because most big companies, big employers, they will not employ you if you have a study permit. It's even the worst of them all. Like, if you have a PR, fine, yeah, maybe you will see after the first 4, 5, 6 months. But on a study permit that most people use, to migrate to this country, there is high chance that you might not even find a job in the for the, in the like for your first 3 months of arrival. Now, because even the Canadians, I'm talking about this thing, this country is built whereby you need to work. You have to work to pay your bills. You have to work to pay so many things. The cost of living is high. People don't want to know that. They thought, especially back home, they thought maybe there's the government subsidy somewhere. The government. This country is built in a way whereby you have to work. Like, you need to work in this country because bills, you need to pay your bills, you need to pay so many things, like so many things. Now, if you cannot find that job, there is no way you can survive in this country. That is why you see Canadians complaining. A lot of people complaining, like, there's no job during the summer period, there's no job for the children. Even without even summer period, there's no job. If you even normal Tim Martins, McDonald, like normal minimum wage job whereby you can just go and apply, you'll be doing pending the time you find a better pay job. You cannot even find anyone right now. And it's a country whereby you have to work. Like, you have to work to pay your bills, to pay everything. If not, you'll become homeless. And even the EI that I said earlier, it's only for like 6 months. It's not continuously. They will pay you for life or anything. It's only for a limited period of time. If you can't pay, if you can't get a job within that period of time, boom, you're on your own. And you don't just qualify for it. You need some hours of work. You'll have been working with a company, then maybe you got fired or anything, then you will now qualify, and the money is nothing. And now we talk about the housing. Like, do you know how much a room, a 1-bedroom apartment in Toronto, in Ontario, it's around $1,700 per month. That is more than half of your paycheck if you are working minimum wage. If you're working with minimum wage, after tax, maybe they'll give you for $2,000, and now you're paying like $1,800 before other expenses, before electricity and water bill, nothing. The same thing is if you're working some other high-paying jobs more than minimum wage, there is no way you can survive alone working in Ontario and you're paying $1,800, even if you're earning $30 per hour. Housing is very, very expensive. That even not just Ontario alone. Like, let's talk about Calgary in Alberta, Edmonton in Alberta, like some other province. It's the same thing. Housing is very, very, very expensive. Even to get what's it called, a basement apartment, you'll be spending more, like more half of your paycheck to do that. And also mortgage, also, like, to get a mortgage, it's not even easy like before. Pre-COVID, like, they use mortgage, like anybody can get a mortgage, things are very cheap, but right now, to get a mortgage is very, very expensive. Very, very, very expensive. That most Canadians now are living in a rented apartment. It's not as if they are not qualified for mortgage, but nobody can afford it. Can afford $500,000 of mortgage, $600,000, $700,000 worth of mortgage, $1 million worth of mortgage. Nobody, like, just only few people can afford it. That is why a lot of people in this country, a lot of new immigrants that got mortgage in last year, this year, like this period, a lot of immigrants are house broke. If you don't understand what is a house broke is after getting your mortgage, you are paying more. Like, okay, your income is around, let's say, $3,000 after tax. Then you are paying a mortgage of 2,300 before council tax. Then after council tax, everything, you're paying like 2,000. You're paying like 2,700, and your income is 3,000. So you are just surviving with just $300 or $200 monthly. It means that you are running on paycheck to paycheck, from paycheck to paycheck, and that is how most people are surviving here. And maybe I'll make another video of an immigrant that I know that he got his mortgage, but his down payment, before you can, buy a house, so you need to pay down payment. And all these crook agents, all these crook mortgage advisory or housing agent and all that, they help this guy to borrow a loan for his down payment, and that is what people are doing now. They help him to borrow a loan of 100,000 for his down payment for the mortgage. Now he's paying the loan, he's also paying the mortgage. Tax will be there, tax everywhere, anything you'll be taxed. You have to pay tax to the government, you have to pay your provisional tax, then phone bills. I know someone that was disconnected because he was unable to pay his phone bill. You use it or not like back home that you have to recharge and everything. Here, it's a contract. You have to use it. Like, you use it or not, you have to be paying every month. And that is just it. You have to be paying every month. Now let's talk of, even if you have the phone, like you purchase a phone from the store, and have to be paying that monthly also. Like, you see most Canadians, they're using iPhone 14, Samsung S23, S24 Ultra. It is because most people, if not all, pay monthly. It's a loan. Even some is a list. Like this, my phone now is a list. This is Samsung S24 Ultra. I got it as a list. Do you know what a list means? Is that after using it, I'm paying money on it every month. I'll be paying money for the next 2 years. So now they are like, I'm paying money on this particular phone. I'm paying for this phone monthly. At the end of 2 years, I have to return this phone back to them. It's not mine. Like, if something happened to this phone, I will have to pay the complete money. It's the same thing with cars. People, they finance cars. You have to finance cars and start paying every month. That is a topic on its own, why you should not finance car as a new immigrant in this country. Why you should never finance your car. It's when you get to a stage whereby you need to finance your car, no one will tell you. But as a new person in the country, don't go and finance your car. Wait, get a used car, build your credit, then build your life, get a good job, save, have a savings, then you can now think of, okay, I need a good car. Because so many people, especially students, are in debt right now because, they have a car loan with high interest rates of 20% APR interest rate, 25% interest rate. Because once you finance a car, well, if you are new in the country, you don't have a good credit score, so credit, even any credit at all. So most of these legitimate dealers, you cannot finance with them. They can't get you a car because you don't have a credit, and they are legitimate. Like, if you go to all these Edmonton Toyotas, all those what is it called, like Ford, all those legitimate dealers. So some will not be able. They will not get you anything. They will not be able to finance for you because you don't have a good credit. But there are some small mom and pops dealers that they don't care. But they will get you the car, but you'll be paying high interest rate. High interest rate. And a lot of students, because of this 20 hours per week restriction now, a lot of students are accepting that. We talk about insurance. Insurance is so expensive in Canada. And you have to pay every month. You had an accident or not, car insurance, your property insurance, something happen or not, you have to pay. And you have to continue paying every month. The same thing with house rent. You pay your house rent every month. You pay your electricity bill. You pay your water bill. Even if you didn't use it, you have to pay. If not, they will send you packing. The same thing with groceries. They are so expensive to even buy. Forget about eating out. Like, okay, maybe you're going to McDonald's. That is another thing on its own. Like buying groceries, they are so expensive. Like groceries in Canada, compared to USA. That is why it is better to come alone. Even if you have family, even if you plan of coming here, come alone first before bringing your family in. Plan ahead. Get your 6 months income, like money that will survive you for the next 6 months. That is if you plan of coming to Canada. This video is not to discourage anyone, but it's just to inform you guys that you need to plan. It is not what you think it is. And that is the fact. Most people will not tell you that it is not what it. A lot of people are broke, living from paycheck to paycheck. And you'll be like, oh, maybe it's better to be broke in Canada. You don't want to be broke in Canada. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your papa for a year. Nobody will borrow you money. No government benefit anywhere. Especially if you're a temporary immigrant. For permanent residents, yeah, maybe a little. But for temporary, nobody care about your papa for a year. Everybody will just be looking at you because everybody has bills to pay. I'm just using myself as an example here. And that is it. On home Wi-Fi, at least you'll be paying like $100 and something monthly apart from that. With so many mortgages, these tax, groceries, everything is expensive right now. It's better for you to come alone. Plan ahead. Don't come thinking there's money on the tree here, or maybe there's a benefit waiting for you somewhere. It doesn't work like that. Have a 6-month plan. Have a 6 month of house rent before coming to this country. Have a 6 month of groceries. Have 6 months of money. A lot of people are here, especially students, and even not even students alone, and they still depend on family back home. Many things that we can't talk about. Let's talk about child daycare. You need to pay that. That is why I will always tell anyone that if you're coming, don't come with your family right now. They can have the visa, they can have the permit, anything, the PR card or anything already, but don't come with them right now. Come first, see how everything is going, settle down first. Get a high-paying job first. Get things that, get roof over your head first. Settle down in the country, then you can now bring your family in. A lot of people are regretting coming with their family because it's better for you to come alone, survive alone, than coming with your children, your wife, your kids. Then you have to be moving around with them. It's not easy here in this country. So it is better to come alone, get a job, settle down, then bring your family later on. So this will be the end of my video. Like, I want to continue, but this will be the end of my video. There are so many other stuff to say in this country, but this will be the end of my video. If you have any comment or you have anything to add, go ahead and drop it as a comment below, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.